Hello, friends. I am a former IPS officer, a lover of nature, and I love telling stories. Today, I would like to tell you a story from an Indian tribal village. I was always fond of visiting villages, especially the tribal villages. While I was working in the field as an ASP, as an SP, as a DAG, IG, and even as ADG Law and Order, and finally as DGP, Fire and Rescue Services, and also Head of Civil Defense Force of Kerala. So, today I am remembering a story from a tribal village from Attapadi, from Palakkad district. Attapadi is having a major chunk of tribal population. It's not much developed, and there are many developmental issues. That's how I, along with my team, one day was visiting some of the Uru, that is tribal villages in that part. While we were approaching an area, we found a small bridge over a stream broken. So that was the path leading to the village. So I decided to cross over by walking through the stream, and the team followed. It was a bit risky. We crossed over, and then again we had to climb uphill for around 2 kilometers to reach the hamlet. While we were approaching the hamlet, I found a small girl, a thin, small, little young girl on a tree. She was collecting some fruits from that tree, which had some economic value, which I learned later. And she was just collecting it, and his brother was a little one who was standing under the tree. She climbed down seeing us, and then only I asked her and found out that this fruit is having some economic value for livelihood. They will be going and selling it. So she accompanied along with her brother to the hamlet. Slowly, I befriended the girl and started asking her story. She said till 7th she was going to a school in a different district. In fact, a southern district which is far away from her home. And after 7th, when the vacation came, she came back, and she never returned to the school the next academic year. So now she is a dropout. So by the time we reached her home, her parents had already gone out in the forest for collecting honey or something like that. And she and her younger brother only were there home, naturally. So she was very enthusiastic to show me her books, to show that she can read and write, and she had studied up to 7th. So she brought out some of the books, and she showed me a copybook of hers from 5th standard, uh, on which the teacher had in red ink marked very good, and she was so proud to show that. Then that was a beautiful handwriting. So I asked her, so you write so beautifully, why did you drop out? Suddenly her face became sad. She became, in fact, very quiet. Then I sat with her, started asking her what happened. And slowly, when we were discussing many things, she revealed that while she was in 7th, her class teacher once remarked that she doesn't even know how to uh, speak proper Malayalam. The teacher asked, what is your mother tongue? What language you speak at home, in your village? And all in a contemptuous manner. And she showed her disappointment that she is not very good at academics. Try to learn good Malayalam and all. In fact, as we all know, the tribal people have a different language. What they speak at home is very different. In their hamlet, they have a different language. In fact, each tribe may be speaking a different language at Attapadi. And she said, I'm not good, so I didn't wish to go back. That's why after the vacation that year, I never returned to the school. A teacher can actually make a student or break a student, isn't it? Look at this story. In fact, she was a very good student to the standard of a tribal hamlet. I found myself her book very beautiful. Her handwriting was good. She was speaking good Malayalam. But still, the teacher somehow expressed in a rude manner that she is not up to the mark. How much it might have hurt her, and how it spoiled her future indeed. Friends, those who are teachers may please do this. Never ever talk anything adverse about the character, skill, etc. to a student, which will spoil them. Because I also have a similar experience. Once when I was in 7th class, my biology teacher told me that, oh, Sandhya, if she draws a fish, it will look like a frog only. Then I had such complex that till I joined IPS and I was ESP somewhere. That was the time when I started um, painting and it became my hobby. So even when I was doing my MSc in zoology and all, I had this complex that what that biology teacher told me that I'm not very good at drawing. In fact, I was bad at drawing. So this is how a teacher can break a student, how teachers can make a student. I will tell my own story uh, later. So let's come back to our dear tribal girl. So that child actually wanted to pursue her studies from her heart, but this incident made her come back from the school, and once she was back to the hamlet, nobody asked her because she'll be helping parents in earning a livelihood. They also never bothered to put her back to school. So finally, we could persuade this little bright girl child to go back to a school. In fact, a school which is in Attapadi area itself. We could find her a slot in a school, in the model tribal school, and also admission in the hostel. And I'm sure she must have reached the peak of her abilities, and she must be thriving somewhere in her life. So let's remember, let's only encourage children. Never ever speak anything about their disqualification or inability and all. Let's find out, every child is gifted. So let's find out some good things in the child and speak about that only to them. We can correct them, but in a subtle way, not like our little girl's 7th standard class teacher. Okay?